it's so easy for you to think that way because you're too busy vicariously living your life through another person. Hey guys, so it is another long form video. I don't really have much of a script today, but I just want to talk about things that I have learnt, experienced over the last year, so few years, and plus how my life looks a lot different being off major social media platforms. Yes, I fractured my finger, if you're wondering why I have this splint on. Long story, don't want to get into it. It hurts. I have to have it on for a while. So yeah, but today I'm at home chilling, literally chilling. Like I don't even have like a thought of tasks that I need to do today. Like my brain is literally like blank. And part of me is a bit uncomfortable with that, but I'm also finding peace with it as well because I literally can't do anything. So I'm taking this as a positive opportunity to just rest because we honestly live in a very busy society and we're all trying to hustle, get out there, make it out, make it, study hard, make money, all this kind of stuff, and shout for people as well. So it can be quite exhausting, quite busy, which isn't a bad thing. But we also need moments like this to rest, and utilizing moments like this to actually rest. Ignore this. Ignore this. It's just my deodorant stain. Yeah, so it's not a bad thing. I feel very peaceful today. It's rainy. I love the rain. Only when I'm inside. I love this weather. I love when it's cold. I just get to wear my fluffy socks and usually a jumper, but I'm quite warm because my feet are warm. If my feet are warm, the rest of my body will be warm. But yeah, it's a bit of a slow day today and it's going to be like that for the next couple of days. So I'm just embracing it and taking it in. There's been a lot on social media. When I say social media, I'm more so talking about YouTube. The only app I'm on is YouTube because I do make content on YouTube, mainly short form content. And it's fun. Like I can have healthy amounts of consumption on YouTube. I was off TikTok and Instagram. Like I still go on Instagram every so often, like for maximum 2 minutes, maybe every few weeks, because either someone sent me something or I need to respond to somebody or whatever the case may be. I will just hop on quickly, suss it out, and then leave immediately because Instagram is boring. So there's nothing really enjoyable for me on there. And in TikTok became really very toxic for me. It was more so of a negative relationship that I had with TikTok. I was creating on TikTok. I stopped because I started feeling very burnt out. And honestly, I started to lose myself in the atmosphere, or like the TikTok atmosphere, TikTok environment, because it's very different from Instagram. Like, yes, it's more authentic. I don't want to say authentic. It's more like raw. Like people just post whatever, which is not bad. But then there's also a side of TikTok that is heavily curated. And if you want to be a creator, if you want to get views, if you want to, build engagement or, have traffic on your social media like platform, there is a lot of things you have to do. And I found myself becoming a slave to the algorithm. And so I didn't really enjoy making content. I still kind of am in that space with feeling tired and overworked because editing content takes a lot and you don't get paid for it. Like to maybe edit a vlog, it could take you between 5 to 8 hours, not in one sitting, but like spread out. And when you have technical difficulties, that can be very annoying and frustrating. And then I'm the type of person where I'm just like, no. And especially with my type of mood swings, it's really annoying because I'm like, if I don't want to do it, I'm not doing it. Like, you can't force me, you can't push me to do it, I'm not doing it. And yeah, that's a main reason. I just feel like I didn't have a really healthy relationship with the platform because you're being fed and exposed to curated content and trends and aesthetics. And it's so easy for you to like get tied up in all those things and even lose a sense of yourself and your identity, because we have so much access to the world in just this one platform, and things that we shouldn't even have access to, or things we shouldn't even, be. Well, my finger got fat. That is so crazy. Sorry. I think it's because no circulation. Because we're not supposed to have this much access. It affects the way we view ourselves. And you obviously can see that there is an agenda, but maybe that's too harsh of a term. Purpose being on there, and that's being shared. And if you're not careful, you can easily be engulfed in those things. Like right now, I know there's the wave of skinny talk, but skinny talk has low-key been there for a while. People are exposing or revealing some of their unhealthy habits and routines to the world, and are now saying this is the new thing. I know there are people who genuinely have healthy habits and fitness and wellness that they practice, and that's good. But there's also a side of TikTok, or like even fitness or fit influencers that promote extreme health or extreme diets and lifestyles. And when you're someone who's constantly on social media and that's all you're consuming, you start to adhere or even take in a lot of those beliefs and a lot of those ideas as truth and as what's normal and what's the standard. It's just not healthy at all. It's absolutely not healthy. So I found myself on a side. I don't exactly remember what it was, but I just was like, I was finding so much pressure. It was just too much pressure being on social media, too much pressure to look a certain way, too much pressure to style my hair a certain way, or wear certain hairstyles and dress a certain way and present myself in a certain way. And that was very tiring and very exhausting, very detrimental to my mental health and also to my relationships. Like, you go online and you see people presenting their relationships in a certain way, which aren't inherently bad. However, everybody posts the best of their life. So that may not necessarily reflect the reality of what a situation is. And now you start questioning your own relationships or even a romantic relationship, and, believe that it's not good enough, or they're not doing enough for you, or you're not enough, and all this kind of stuff. And you start projecting that in real life or in real time. So not healthy. So I had to just take a step back, get off TikTok, stop posting there. And honestly, this has been the best thing for me. Honestly, truthfully, the best thing for me. And when people say touch grass, that is such an underestimated statement. Go outside, look at people, look at what you are seeing outside. Like, actually be outside. Like, how should I say it? Social media exists, but it's not real. So being very mindful and having discernment, like, you actually need to be outside and see what's going on. And it's so easy to get into a place where you start hating yourself, where you don't like your life, you don't like the people around you, you don't like your job, you just don't like life in general, even yourself. But it's so easy for you to think that way because you're too busy vicariously living your life through another person. So that when it's time for you to live and be present in your own life, you hate it. You've spent so much time, you've exerted so much energy and thought into living vicariously in another person's life that you have done nothing to improve your own life. And I definitely found myself doing that as well. Very unhealthy. And I had to sit with myself and be like, babes, this is not good. And I would just constantly find myself being anxious whenever I went on TikTok, and I was like, okay, that's not good. And comparison is a thief of joy. I don't know why I'm stuttering so bad today. Maybe it's the weather. I get really tired during weathers like this. Comparison is the thief of joy. It will steal your joy. It will steal all the things that should improve or should even make you you and make you perfect. Not perfect. I'm losing my train of thought. Give me a second. Now, if you don't learn to accept, appreciate, and be grateful for the things you do have, while also working towards making your life special and curating it in a way that you can be happy and content with, while still working and improving on many other things that you want to work on, can you learn to be happy for yourself and happy for other people? Social media is a place. It's a place. It exists, but it's not real. Everything's curated. Think of it as a simulation. The algorithm pushes out certain content, doesn't push out certain content. Like, it's all to produce some sort of reality or profit from the consumption of the audience. Everything happens, or everything is done for a reason and for a purpose. You need to get off social media every so often and just touch grass. And life is so much better being lived, actually experiencing life, and not just through a lens, whether it's your own phone camera lens or the lens of another person. I had to learn that. And TikTok and a lot of these social media brands are businesses. Their goal is to market to you, market a lifestyle, market products, market businesses, just to market to you so that you consume and you spend money, or they just profit from your engagement. Especially with influencers. I don't have anything against influencers, but their main goal is to sell you things so that you can pay money and they can make money off of you. And this is where that whole thing of pressure came with me. Like, I constantly felt pressure to buy things. I felt pressure to either buy or even change my life in a certain way that fit a certain aesthetic, which didn't necessarily reflect my personality or my character. And that was very, very harmful because I constantly felt like I wasn't enough or that I wasn't doing enough for my life. And that was very damaging. And it wasn't until I intentionally took time off of social media that I started to feel more contentment and fulfillment in my life, because I didn't feel as much pressure, or even if there was some sort of marketing or promotion being done, and maybe not in a very intense manner like on TikTok and Instagram, I would still be able to discern that I don't actually need this. Like, social media makes you feel like you need to constantly put things or add things to your life to find fulfillment. Like, if you don't have this, you're missing out. FOMO. Like, they have a way in manipulating certain feelings, or can evoke certain emotions and feelings to persuade you that if you don't have this, or if you're not doing this, you're doing life wrong, or you're not experiencing life the way you should be experiencing it. And truthfully, we are the biggest writers of our lives. Like, the decisions we make day in, day out, even decisions we don't make, ultimately write and shape the future for ourselves. Obviously, I know this is even stupid for me to mention, we can't control life. We can't, anything can happen. Life is very spontaneous and inevitable, but there are some levels of control that we do acquire as human beings, and we have free will, right? So with that free will, we can ultimately make decisions, and those decisions produce an effect, whether good or bad. So when you're constantly consuming, it's almost as if you are giving up your free will and you're just taking everything that you're seeing, hearing, watching at face value and take that as ultimate truth. But there is subjective truth. There is truth objectively, and there's also subjective truth. And for you to find that, you have to also discern for yourself and search that for yourself, not just hear it from people. Like with this whole skinny talk movement, not everybody's meant to be skinny, and that is truth. Not everybody is meant to be skinny. We all have very different genetic makeup, very different genetic dispositions. We're built different. Some people have more bone density. Some people are tall. Some people are short. Some people hold fat differently. Some people grow muscle faster, slower. We all are built differently, and that is the design of human or mankind. The way God made people, He made us all very different. Everybody's made to be different. That is truth. And what is also truth is that we should all live healthy lives. We should all be able to move. We should all be able to function. We should all be able to use our body in everyday life in a way that is fitting for us. Like, we should all be healthy. That is also truth. But the aesthetic or the fitness will look different from people to people. And that is okay. And that is normal. But when we are constantly telling people or shoving this aesthetic in people's faces, it's unhealthy and it's unwarranted. Like, we don't need this. So that's why I say you have to really go outside and learn for yourself. Do you even want to be skinny? Skinny does not look good on everybody. I'm a small person, but I'm definitely not a skinny person. But that doesn't mean that I'm not being healthy and fit. I still have a certain goal and I still have a certain achievement that I want to do, and I'm working towards that. But that does not look skinny to me. Like, for me, fitness does not mean skinny, and fitness does not look skinny aesthetically. And I'm okay with that. I did tussle and wrestle, bustle with that idea for a very long time. But it took me getting on social media to be like, wait, this isn't actually for me. And I don't think I really enjoy it. Like, every time I stopped dieting, I would put the weight back on. And it wasn't because I was, eating a lot. I don't eat a lot. I'm actually not a huge eater. Like, I don't eat a lot of food. And I try to be very, very conscious with my dieting. But the weight comes back because the weight wants to be there, and I'm not going to fight it. But I will be very mindful about my body proportions and the amount of fat that I hold. It's not good to have a lot of fat, especially subcutaneous fat in your abdomen. It's not healthy because it can get into your organs and all that stuff. So I'm working towards that. But I'm building muscle. Muscle is really good for the body, and it's going to help you in the long term, the long run, as you get older, because once you reach, I think 30, your muscle mass decreases. So I want to make sure that I'm set up for good in the future. And also, when I do decide to have kids, I want to make sure my body's fit and healthy, even during pregnancy and post labor. Like, I want to continuously be healthy. And for me, that helps my mental health a lot. And it makes me feel more whole as an individual when I'm being fit, and I don't just do weightlifting. I do cardio, I swim, I do Pilates. I have a range of different exercises that I do. And I'm also going to start doing Zumba because I like dancing. And it's a really good way to move. It's great for movement. So it just looks different. Like, how you set that up for yourself looks different, and how your body is going to look is also going to be very different. The girls were chasing BBLs, big booties, and wide hips. Now they want to be skinny. They don't want to have an ass. They don't even want to have boobs anymore. They just want to be skinny. If that's for you, fine. But don't go crazy trying to achieve it. And don't lose your mind trying to achieve it either. I think that's probably like the main thing I've learned being off of like social media. Like, I don't consider myself a chronically online individual, I've lost a lot of my brain rot because I'm not chronically online. And that's okay. And I also want to add to that, like, whole, like, fitness and, let's just say, like, yeah, fitness concept is that your enjoyment should be in the process or in the habits of being healthy and not the goal itself. Like, we all have goals that we want to achieve, and we have maybe even an aesthetic. I hope the aesthetic is not your main goal, but in the end, you would like to see some physical change. You shouldn't wait until you're at that point of success to find fulfillment or to be appreciative or to be happy or to enjoy it. I think you should find fulfillment in being healthy, in the process, in the habits, in the lifestyle of being happy. Don't like don't limit yourself from happiness just because you haven't reached there or because you don't look a certain way or because you haven't obtained this certain amount or you haven't reached this certain goal. Like, you should learn to be happy. And matter of fact, actually be so proud of yourself that you're making daily decisions to improve your life. Like, the life change or being happy and healthy, that should be an achievement that we're proud of, or shouldn't even be a milestone. Like, you should just be happy and proud of yourself that you're making decisions to be a better person, a better you, a healthier you every single day, not just when you reach that point, because you don't even know how long it's going to take. I don't even know how long it's going to take for me to do my body recomposition. Am I going to wait 9, 10, maybe a year until I can say I'm really happy for myself and I'm happy about the way I look? No, I'm going to be happy now. And it doesn't even have to be fitness. It could be any other thing. Like, if you're a student and you're waiting for the degree, I promise you, once that degree comes, it's going to be like, I thought this was going to be better, or I thought I was going to feel different. And sometimes you can reach the finish line and feel indifferent, because the real goal or the real treasure was never the goal itself, but actually the journey of getting to the place that you want to get to, and the journey and the lessons that you've learned on the way that makes the whole experience better. I don't think people can thrive without community, but I'm going to emphasize and say that a good community and a healthy community. And the beauty of it is that you can actually pick and choose who you want to be in your life and who can be a part of your community or your group, your inner group. It doesn't have to be everyone, but you can curate that. But also, part of being a community is also showing up for people, but also having a mutual understanding from both sides that I'm human, meaning I'm going to have days and moments where I'm not going to be my best, and I'm not going to show up always perfectly or as energetic or as, sweet. And I'm not saying I'm going to be lashing out. I've had to learn that. I used to hide when I was not my best. I used to lock myself up in my room or just go MIA because I felt like this side of me is not presentable or this side of me is not good to be around. But I'm learning that simply just being there is enough. And even if you share a few words, your presence actually has more of an impact than your words. And the right kinds of people will appreciate that more than anything. I think I'm learning more and more that people actually enjoy my presence. Well, I've learned that a lot more in the last few years, that people actually make an impact. Oh no, that I actually make an impact in people's lives, even just simply being. And I think that's how you know the love is real, when there are no strings attached or no expectations of the things you need to do in order to be accepted. People, there is a part of you. No, I don't want to say part. Your soul, right? Your soul, the thing that makes you you, not your physical appearance, not even your morals, your values, the thing about you that makes you so special and sets you apart from every person. And that's the essence of who you are. Just you, simply you, just you your spirit, like just you. I think that has really been radical in my like identity as well as my life. People love you. People love you. You no longer being here will subtract a very significant part of their life experience, because now they have to mourn. You're so special, but you can only learn and experience that when you're not constantly being on social media. You are so special. I believe everyone is special. Yeah. I think that's all I have to say. This was a very unfiltered, unscripted conversation. Touch grass. Like, life is actually so good. And learn to love yourself today. Like, you don't need to do anything to do. You don't need to pay money to love yourself or go on an extreme diet to love yourself. You can do that already by yourself. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this very unfiltered conversation. And yeah, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.